I'ma chase my dreams. Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Transparently D, where I'm keeping it 100% transparent in the life of D. Good morning everyone. Happy Resurrection. Why can't I say that today? Resurrection Sunday to you and your family. Happy Easter to you and your loved ones. Today is Easter Sunday and we are en route to the in-laws to enjoy a good family day. Anywho, I just wanted to come back to update you all on how everything is going. Today we are 8 weeks and 4 days gestation. And if you hear my kids, I have kids in the back, so ignore them. But we're 8 weeks and 4 days gestation. And a lot has changed in these 8 weeks since I've come to you all. A lot has changed. I'm not gonna tell you no lies. It has not been the easiest process. So remember when I told you all that, you know, I really do these videos so that I'm able to come back later on and look at them, or you know, my kids can come back and look at them and you know that they were truly like wanted, like they weren't a mistake, or oh, something just happened, or we weren't really trying but we weren't trying, and all kind of stuff, you know. And I know you were very intentional in creating you. So I've been sick as a dog. Okay, y'all, so y'all remember the last video I was bragging. Oh, I'm not sick, I'm not having no symptoms, I'm not this, not. Girl, I got sick as a dog. Like, the morning sickness came and had no mercy on me whatsoever. I was sick as a dog, and the first thing I said was, dog, I don't remember being this sick with Skyler. But the beauty of, you know, actually doing these recordings is that I could go back. So I went back. So I was probably almost like 7 weeks at that time. So then I was able to go back and look at my video from when I was 7 weeks pregnant with Skyler, and I was sick as a dog. I was sick. And I was like, geez, God really does give us something inside of us to make us forget this. Like, we forget how sick we are. We forget how bad the labor pains are, and how bad, because I don't want to say that pregnancy is bad, you know, but how difficult pregnancy can be. You actually forget completely about it. You really do. And so it makes you do it again and reproduce, you know. But I had totally forgotten, you know, how it was. And I sent a message over to CNY, and I said, listen, I am sick as a dog. I need you guys to help. And I put help in big letters. And so now they had already sent me over Zofran, which is an antiemetic. It keeps you from being nauseous, but it wasn't working for me at all. It was not working. That Zofran was not working for me at all. And so I don't know if Dr. Kiltz like monitors the messages that we're sending to the nurses, because I sent it to the pharmacy part. Well, I don't know if they call him and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on, what you want to order or whatever. But I just so happened, so that was Friday. Saturday morning, the nurse practitioner called, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry that you're sick and this. And I was like, I'm so sorry to complain, because I know that there are so many women who would give their right arm to be feeling like this right now. So I don't want to complain, but I am sick as a dog. You know, I said, y'all gave me Zofran, but that is really not working, and this, that, and other. And so she was just like, yeah, that's really all we can give. I'm really so sorry, that. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just, you know, keep taking the Zofran and see if eventually, you know, it will subside. Well, I went back into my portal and looked. I think this was Monday. This was the next Monday, and Dr. Kiltz had ordered me a medication called bonjesta. Now, I have never heard of bonjesta. didn't know what bonjesta was. All I saw is Robert Kiltz, and that he ordered me bonjesta. And so I was like, what is that? And so I started researching it, and it's a medication for pregnant women with morning sickness. And I was on the phone with one of my IVF sisters, and I was like, oh girl, I'm about to call you right back. Let me call them and see what this is, see if my pharmacy has it. And so the pharmacy said it's a newer medication, so they have to order it. And that's like $100. I was like, listen, I don't care if it's $500. At this point, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and order that and get that for me the next day, you know. So they ordered it for me. And bonjesta, hashtag not sponsored, but I'm your girl if you want me to. Bonjesta has a coupon, a manufacturer's coupon on their website, so that your co-payment is no more than $40. So with my insurance, it was $102 or $120. I don't know if it was 2 or 20. I really didn't care. I was gonna pay whatever it was. But then when I was researching it online, I saw the coupon, so I was able to give my pharmacy the coupon, and they gave me the med for $40. I took the med Wednesday night, because that's when I got it. Thursday morning, I was lit. I was good. I had no nausea. I wasn't feeling bad. I wasn't feeling tired anymore. I was not sick. I was feeling like I felt before. And so I was like, oh, I'm loving this. Yes, let me keep it. Now, let me be fair. You know, nurses are the worst patients in the whole world, right? Okay, so you're supposed to take 1 pill in the morning, 1 pill at night, or either take 1 pill per day. Well, I was so sick, I took 2 and went to bed. Because I felt like I had missed the morning one, so I'm just going to take 2 at night. So I took 2, and I felt great the next day. So I just continued to take it, and I have been taking it ever since. Now, I will tell you, last night I forgot to take it. Not that I forgot to take it. I remembered that I didn't take it, but I ain't feel like getting up, so I ain't take it. And in the middle of the night, I was queasy. Not bad enough for me to get up and go take it, but it was bad enough for me to notice that it was there. So I didn't get up. I ain't get up. I just laid there, and I was just like, listen, this is gonna have to flow through, because another thing that has been happening is I have round ligament pain really bad at night, and it only happens immediately when I get into bed. As soon as I get into bed to go to sleep, that pain starts right at the bottom of my stomach on the sides, and it's so bad. Oh my God, it's so bad. I'm not even exaggerating. On the scale from 0 to 10, and I have a high pain tolerance. God, it's an 8. I ain't even kidding. I rub aspirin on it. I was taking Tylenol. I had my heating pad on it, but then I was like, dang, I don't want to leave the heating pad on too long, and then it heats up the bottom of my stomach, and maybe it's gonna make the amniotic fluid too hot. You know, my mind be running, y'all. Keep me in prayer. So I took the heating pad off. I mean, it hurt so bad. Last night was the first night that I did not have that pain, so I was very happy about that. I've been praying about that, so I'm very happy about that as well. But I have been having like that pain. Okay, so I tell you, okay, so another thing that's happened was, so when we went for our ultrasound, baby B is not growing as effective or as quickly or on target as baby A. So he's way behind baby A, which could mean that he probably won't make it, and that's just like the reality of it. So then, you know, with Skyler, I had to learn how to be grateful for the one that we had and then mourn the one that we lost. And so I kind of feel like I'm in this same situation again with this pregnancy, whereas I'm mourning the loss of one and still, you know, trying to be grateful and thank God for the one that we still have, you know, and still trying to be positive, because, you know, God can do anything. He could blow the breath of life into dry bones and make them live. So, you know, he really can do anything. So you never want, I never want to like really doubt God and what he's capable of doing. So, but that's a situation that we have been dealing with as well. And so I had my first appointment with my OB on the 30th. Absolutely love my OB. Absolutely love him. I mean, like, his bedside manner is on point. Like, he is very explanatory, very hands-on, very nurturing, very loving. He is very high ranked within the corporation where I will be delivering at, and I can tell it. I can tell it. Every credential, every award, every recognition that he has, he deserves it wholeheartedly. He deserves it because he is amazing. His office staff is good, and he's just like, it's okay, you know, you pat my leg, it's okay, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, what do you do? What do you do? How do you keep your faith when you've been praying for something and you're asking God for something, and then he partially gives it to you, and then something happens? Like, he gives you the job, but then you have a terrible manager, or he gives you the husband and the marriage is not going the way you thought that it should go, or he gives you the twins and then something is wrong with the other one. You know, we know that it's not genetic because we had them PGS tested, so we know that they're genetically normal. So do you get angry with God? Do you blame him? Do you get frustrated? You know, and I want you to know, I know a lot of people have said, you are so strong in your faith. You are so strong in your faith. And you know, we love your positivity and things of that nature. But I fall too. I was very sad. I was crying. I was very, very upset about the information about baby B. Because we had already named him. And he was already a part of the family. And, you know, I really, truly just knew that everything would be okay, you know. So I cried. I was so sad. Oh my God, I was so sad. And I was sorry about that. I was standing outside in the garage, and the mister just, like, he way taller than me. He's way big. He towers over me. And he just grabbed me and just like put my face, I say his chest, but it's really like the top of his stomach because he's so much taller than me. And I just like melted and just bawled in tears. Like, just could not even like hold it together, just bawled in tears. You know, but I never want to lose faith in God, you know. I was listening to William Murphy, and he was preaching, and he said sometimes we are so focused on, he was actually reading a verse in the Bible. I have to find it, and I think I recorded a part of it. I'm gonna insert it here. Hold on, let me let y'all see that.
Too deep for words, and he who searches the hearts knows what the mind of the Spirit is. Why? Because he intercedes for the saints according to the will of God. I might as well read verse 28. And we know that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Let's pray. Let's pray this.
Okay, so basically he was just saying that, you know, sometimes you're so focused on what's going wrong that you're not able to focus on what's going right. But you have to know You have to know that you know that you know that you know that all things, not some things, not a few things, not two things, not only good things, but all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. All things work together for the good. And I believe that, and I trust the Lord. I trust him with the very air that I breathe. I trust him with my children. I trust him with my career. I trust him with my marriage. I trust him with everything that I have. I trust him. I trust him. So even in this situation with baby B, I trust him. And whatever he does, whatever he sees fits to do, then I know that will be for my good. And I trust him with that. So, I know there's a lot of women who are waiting. There's a lot of women on this journey who are silent, who cannot talk to anyone, who is holding a lot of emotional feelings in. But what I want you to know is that it's your time and it's your turn. And all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. All things. That failed transfer, all things. You did your egg retrieval and none of them fertilized, all things. None of them made it to blastocyst, all things. None of them made it to 3-day, all things. Your husband's sperm count is below 0, all things. You have PCOS, all things. You have fibroids, all things. You don't have no uterus, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. All things. Y'all fussing and fighting and arguing because you're trying to have a baby and this thing is stressful and you pumping your body through with all these hormones and your husband really don't understand it. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. Recite that. Every time, you feel like something has happened, every time you feel like something is going on, every time you feel like something is bad, you just tell yourself, you know what? All things. All things. Your manager getting on your nerves at the job? All things. Your kids driving you crazy? All things. You don't know where the money coming from? All things. All things. I'm telling you, like, real deal, I do that. Like, I real deal, like, all day just say, all things. All things. No matter what it is, all things. No matter what it looks like, all things. All things work together for the good. So if it's going to work together for my good, then I know it's going to work together to be exactly what I need. And that's what I'm trusting God with. I trust him with everything. And I want you to have the faith to be trusting that as well. Stay positive. No need to get down and depressed or anything like that, because you don't want to put that energy out, because that's the energy you're going to get back. Be mindful of who you have in your circle, because if you have a bunch of people who are naysayers or a bunch of people who are negative, especially in these trying to conceive groups, if you're attached to or communicating with people who are saying, oh, I don't think this gonna work, oh God, this ain't gonna work, I just know it ain't gonna work, and then this, that, and they always complaining about something. I'm not saying that you don't need to be friends with them. What I'm saying is your communication with them, especially during the time of transfer, need to be slim, like every now and again, because that energy will get onto you. And then they question everything. Oh my God, I jumped up and down 3 times. I wonder if I stopped the inflation. Then you go think, well, shoot, I didn't lay down for the whole 8 hours, so it probably won't implant. Don't let those spirits get into you. You stay in full control of what you are doing and what you have going on, so that you can have positive thoughts, positive energy to bring forth. Okay? All right. So that's my preaching sermon for you, son. all things. That's our word. All things. All things. All things. Okay. So, what else going on? The other night, about 10, my stomach had started hurting because I laid down. So I'm thinking that it's the round ligament pain. And then I got up and I was having like bleeding. So I was like, okay, I probably have a subchorionic hemorrhage. So I'm gonna lay on back down. I laid back down. Pain got worse. Bleeding got worse. So I said, let me go to the ER. So I found the ER with the least amount of wait time. And I went into the ER and the guy just, I was so tensed, I guess. So the radiologist, they didn't have a sonographer on doing the ultrasound. The actual radiologist was doing it. And so I went for the ultrasound, and he just put his hand on me, and he said, before we get started, he had already, started looking or whatever. He said, I just want you to know the babies are fine. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he was like, okay, because I just wanted you to relax. I could sense that you was tensed up, so I just wanted you to relax. And I was like, thank you so much. I do appreciate that, for telling me that. And so he was looking around, and then he was like, do you have fibroids? And I was like, no, I don't have fibroids. Nobody ever told me I had fibroids ever. And he was like, okay. And so he didn't say any more about it. The doctor came in and said that I was measuring right on time. I was 8 weeks and 0 days, and they was measuring 8 weeks and 0 days. And well, baby A was 8 weeks and 0 days. Baby B is 6 weeks and 5 days measuring, which he was 6 weeks and 2 days the other day. So he did gain a few days, so we're staying hopeful. Who knows, what's going to happen with that, but he's way behind. So they end up saying that I do have a subchorionic hemorrhage. I have an anal axle mass. So I called my OB the next day, and I asked him, I was like, okay, well, I've never been told I had an anal axle mass at all. And I've had 1,000 freaking, ultrasounds. I've never been told that before. And so he was able to access the ultrasound, and he was like, I don't know about that. And I was like, well, is that something that we need to look at now? Because, any type of mass could be cancerous. And he was like, no, I don't think so. I think we want to go ahead and just proceed on with the pregnancy, and then we'll address that after the pregnancy. And I said, okay, cool. So I called Dr. Kiltz. I was like, Dr. Kiltz, these people say I got an anal axle mass, and I've never ever been told that before. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this. Sorry. Okay. I've never been told that before, so now that has me a little bit concerned. And so he sent me to the Atlanta office for them to do an ultrasound. And I went to the Atlanta office, and they looked everywhere, and they was like, we don't see any anal axle masses. I don't know where they got that from, but we don't see anything. And Dr. Varialis, who is the doctor over in the Atlanta office, even came in, and she was like, let me check. And so she went in and she checked and looked everywhere, and she couldn't see anything. So I just think he's doing that, y'all. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. So that's something we'll address afterwards as well. Other than that, the heartbeats are good at in the 150s to 170s. And I go back to the doctor. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My stand here is acting crazy, but nonetheless, that's basically it. Nothing else is going on. Trying to think. Nope, nothing else is going on. Everything else is good. So we'll go ahead and end this vlog here. Just wanted to say happy Easter to everybody and bring you guys up to speed on what's going on. And always remember how we ended. Keep your faith on fleek, and always remember, strive to be on top, because the bottom is already too crowded. All things, not some things, not the good things, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. Have a good Easter.
My dreams, everything alright, everything alright. I'ma chase my dreams, everything go right, everything go right. I'ma chase my dreams, everything alright, everything alright. I'ma chase my dreams, everything alright, everything